Hi there, and welcome to Optimize Every Day. I'm Doug, and I'm here with Caroline.
Yes.
She's helping me today. Ordinarily, she would be behind the camera helping or doing some other things. But since Charlie is pursuing new avenues at the moment, he won't be joining us anytime soon, so I figured we would get back and go look at avatars.
Yeah.
And discuss those for a bit, and then work on creating an avatar.
So what type of avatar are we talking? Like The Last Airbender or live action?
So neither. So what we're looking at is an avatar that helps us to understand who we're directing activities at. So this would be like for advertising in a business situation, or if we're trying to develop something new, trying to do some type of improvement where we're trying to impact a specific group in some way. So we're creating basically a fake person who is a key individual at what we're directing activities at.
So it would be like what in my generation calls a persona.
Yeah, I could
Very
do that.
similar, at least.
So, what is something that you're doing right now that you would be helpful to know who you're targeting your activities towards?
So currently I have a couple of projects going on, but my most recent one that I know my target audience is my Tik Tok channel, Caroline Castor.
Okay.
My persona is ghouls and goblins and different little Halloween costume characters.
So is this something that is beyond, strange to say it, but strictly Halloween, or is this something that goes beyond Halloween?
It's more like cosplaying, because it's not like I'm doing just Halloween costumes. It's directly like taking a character and turning it into something. It's like a persona, as I said earlier. It's like I take different characters and I just do different little acts.
Okay.
The target.
So do you have a Tik Tok channel that you're putting this on?
Yeah, I said it earlier, Caroline Castor.
Okay.
Yep.
So we'll make sure to include that in the description below, so you can check that out as well. But here we're looking for a 1% improvement in ourselves, and so we're going to work with Caroline here in creating an avatar so that she can direct her activities towards that group that might be wanting to watch her videos. And while this activity may not seem useful to all of you at this point, it is a useful activity for some, and it helps them to target their marketing, target how they're seeing the people they're directing their products toward, so that way they can make improvements in their products so that their target audience will want to, purchase.
Yep.
Or view, or whatever it is that makes it unique and useful.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to produce something and then have nobody want it. That doesn't make any sense. You want somebody to consume your product, right?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the character Caroline Castor.
So it's actually multiple characters. As I said before, it's like different little characters. Currently I've been doing witches. And part of my channel is I take the character, I'll add in props. I haven't started to add in more and more props recently. But basically it's just like doing like little rhymes and riddles and puns. And the target audience that I'm thinking this would be geared towards is like the 18 to 25 group, I would assume.
So you have a small group of people that you're targeting with your videos here.
Yeah, which it's weird that I targeted that because my majority of the people who come to my videos and like my videos are not that age group. They're 32 to 40 actually. Which is weird because I wouldn't think my content would go towards that because like I said, it's cosplay.
Yeah. So, let me ask you a few questions here. So, your characters that you're doing, you mentioned 3, but is that the limit of your characters, or do you have more?
I have more. I just haven't come out with them. I'm kind of starting out with like 3 because I don't want to overwhelm people with too many characters at first. I'm going to bring them in slowly but surely.
Okay.
I'm just starting out my content there.
So are you kind of like a Jeff Dunham, except with you being the character and not puppets? Or are you not familiar with Jeff Dunham?
I am not familiar with Jeff Dunham.
Yeah, you're showing your age. You're not old enough.
I'm not, no.
That makes me a little sad.
I think I get what you're saying. You're kind of saying like I'm like the puppet in my videos. I get what
basically.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's me just like showing off my characters. I mean, it's not a super complicated channel. I kind of did some really simple stuff and it just got some good views.
Okay. Well, that's all good. So you're targeting 20 to 25, but with you saying, you've got people 32 to 40 liking your videos, I'm sure that comes with certain characteristics of those people who are attracted to those videos. So tell me a little bit about those who have been watching your videos. What analytics have you been able to find out about them?
So TikTok actually gives you the analytics on its own. So it gives you the age range, the group of people, and everything like that. I've only had like 200 views on my videos, but most of them have been female. Again, between the age of 30 to 40. We're just gonna generalize more.
So are you targeted more at women or more at men, or is
I was targeting more
really
towards the younger women because that's my generation. That's what I grew up with. So I thought.
So you're trying to hit women ages 20 to 25. So tell me a little bit about your characters and how you feel they would be attractive to that age group.
So a lot of my content is geared towards women, obviously. So I chose very cutesy outfits, if that makes any sense. So like let's for example take my witch, since I was talking about that earlier. My witch, I wear a dress with a shoulder top that goes down, a black and then purple with little bats on it, and I have my little witch hat that's just a little Walmart witch hat. It's cute. And the reason why I think my content is just more geared towards that age group is because it's just very silly and fun, and it's not really anything that like has any meaning,
So What do you feel that the 20 to 25 age group would be attracted to that, and why? Or is it really more attractive to the older set?
I mean, as far as analytics show, it's attractive to the older folks clearly. But as far as I really thought that it was gonna go more towards the younger people. But I mean, it's really more popular with the older folks. I mean, I would assume that the reason why it's not popular with the younger folks is because the younger folks are seeing these really cool TikTokers who are like doing all these fancy edits and all these things and these fancy costumes, and mine's isn't doing all of that. It's really simple.
So you're into the simplicity.
Yes.
So it would be more like a child's costume, maybe.
Yeah, it's more like it's definitely it's playful, it's fun, it's definitely more geared towards children if you were to put it that way.
So these cosplay outfits that I've seen at some of these conventions that have been held near here, where the costume is like $3,000-$4,000. That's not your vibe.
I mean, I've spent money on I've never spent $4,000, but I've spent $2,000 on a cosplay for some of those events. I still have those cosplay. I feel like with the videos that I'm wanting to make, I don't want to go that route because those costumes are uncomfortable. I would have to do the videos for long periods of time. I just don't think that and I don't think it makes the content fun, which is kind of what I'm going for. That's the vibe I'm going for, something fun and active.
So you're looking at a content that is easy, a little frivolous, and something that is more childlike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hence why I think maybe that 30 to 40 age group, it would be more interested, because then they're looking at it and they're seeing maybe a little bit of their kids in this, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
And so if you're looking at, potential in that arena, and I'm hating to push your avatar in a direction that you weren't originally thinking, but based on the information you're providing, is it truly the 2025, or maybe is it that 30 to 40 age range that actually, and maybe it is coming back down to a lower age, and maybe it's going up a little bit higher based on, the age of their children. And they're seeing, kids that are from age, 5 to 12, dressing up for like Halloween or for, costume parties or whatever that are just fun for kids.
Yeah, I can definitely see this. I mean, like I said, like that. I honestly, my avatar, the 25 to 20, I mostly chose that age range because that's the stuff that I like.
Okay.
So I assumed with.
So what is the root of where your characters are coming from? How did you come up with the idea for those particular characters?
Well, Caroline Castor, which is my witch character, she comes from a version of myself, pretty much.
Okay.
A more like somebody who's funnier and happier to be around and just wants to have fun, kind of thing. Like it's kind of a trickster, because I feel like at one point in my life I tried to be like that, and I'm not that person, but I still have some of those witty things that I've have in my life that I took from other people, like from experience from being around people like that. And I use those as part of my character's design because I feel like if I can take experiences from other people and turn them into a character, even though I'm not that person, I can be that person for a minute.
Okay, that makes sense. So, I've told you about my channel, and you've seen my channel. It's about improving yourself 1% every day.
Yes.
And this avatar thing is a little bit different, and it is intended to help people gain on that 1%, but in a different format than what is typically a behavioral thing. It's still behavioral in that, it helps you direct your personal activities towards something.
It's taking a part of your brain that's kind of hardwired to do something and changing that wire, right?
A little bit.
Because like if you do something every day and let's say you like have a consistent thing that you do every day and somebody changes that.
Well, somebody can't change and
You can
hardwire,
change it.
but you can.
Yeah.
You have to make a choice in how you are running your life and doing your activities and how you interact with other people.
Yeah.
And so you have to make a choice on how to improve your behavior so that it impacts other people. I think, based on the time we're running on, I'd like to go on with this again tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then let us delve a little bit deeper, give you an opportunity to think about this a little bit more. And then let's go and, as we do this, we'll write some stuff down and then we'll work on creating that avatar for your
channel.
Tik Tok channel.
Yeah.
And let's see what we come up with. And maybe you can, maybe bring an outfit or two that you used so I can see what it is. We won't have you, get all dressed up in it, but let's see what those costumes are, and then let's talk about maybe other characters that you want to do, and how all the characters may mesh into your target audience, and see how maybe we might be able to expand your audience a little bit more. Because it seems like your audience actually is beyond what you thought it was. And how we can try and get your content to come down to the group that you're looking at, and what needs to change a little bit, and how you have to change yourself to be able to see yourself effectively as those characters, reaching out to those groups so that they want to be able to envision your characters and engage with your characters in some fashion.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and thank you, Doug, for having me on your channel. Hopefully we are able to talk about this next time a little bit more in depth.
That's tomorrow, because I do this every day.
Yes.
So we will see you tomorrow.
Yep.
And for you out there, like and subscribe. And if you want, even make comments. And I do respond to comments, so I like seeing those. And if there's anything that we're bringing up that you just go, huh? Or whatever, let me know, because I'm interested and I want to provide something that's of value to you. Again, thanks so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.
See ya.